Okay. See, so this chapter is about methods. Why functions and methods? It is started in page 124. Okay. So we use methods for three reasons. One is to allow us to cope with the complex problem. So we will make it simpler. Because if we divide a problem into smaller parts, then and each part is independent of each other, that means each one can be compiled itself, each one can be compiled and debugged itself, okay, without the use of others. Because you know, if you have a function and you are taking a parameter, you can supply it directly also in BlueJ. You can use the function, you can right click on the function and give the value. So then that function is used. We are giving directly value, but that function can be used from another function. Okay. So when at that time you are combining many functions in your program. Okay. Even you are combining many class, many programs in your software. So function is the very basic thing to break your code, right? Because function is the basic thing. In a function you write code, right? And they depend on each other, functions. Okay. Second thing is to hide low level details that otherwise obscure and confuse. Okay. Low level details. This is better. Sometimes I have seen some students like Nishit, they use the println function, they don't use. They call the system.out.println so many, instead of writing the bigger one, they are writing a small one, only print function. Okay. And in the print function, they means they use the system.out.println function. Okay. So that means you are using another functions to hide the low level details. Okay. Understood? To reuse portions of code. Yes. Many times, suppose sometimes we want a repeated task to be done, done. Okay. Repeated task. That time also you will use, number of times we are calling the function. Okay. So we understood to cope with the complexity, hiding details, reuse. Okay. You see in the figure, program 1 and program 2 are using the method in control library. There is a control library having some utility functions which can be used in many functions. They are general functions, and we are accessing it from program 1 and program 2. So that is the example of reuse. Understood? Reuse. Next is function definition, method definition in page 125. So function definition you can find first is access specifier, then it's written in square box. Okay, that means access specifier is optional. You are not writing many times public, private, protected function. Modifier also you are using, that is also optional, like abstract, static, all these things. Then return type is the compulsory. I am not using the square bracket here. Return type, that is void, int, all this. Method name you are writing, suppose you are writing take function, method name. Then inside that you have parameter list, you are having parameter list. Suppose you are taking roll number and mark, you are writing A, B, int A, int A, int B. Okay. So that is the parameter list. So this is the parameter list. List means int A, int B, int C, like that. And then you have method definition has also body, method body. This is a block, this is a compound statement. Compound statement means curly braces. Okay. So it is given here in page 125, you can see it. Okay. Now come to 126. You have three methods defined here. Okay. Three methods defined here. One is absolute value method, another is maximum method, another is the 3 stars method. I think we had used it last year in a program. Yes or no? We are calling the programs, we are using the in main function, we are using. This is another task for you, homework, that you use all the three methods in your main function. Okay. And okay. So some conventions you follow for method definition, like method name. Method definition is this one, method name. I am writing all these are Unicode letters. Other letters also you can use. Okay, and also, but it should be meaningful. It should be meaningful. If you are writing two words, here also same thing, by like your function, identifier naming. So here also, if you have two words, then you can start with the small letter, first word, take value. Suppose take value, V will be capital, value. Okay, V will be capital. Then method name, that is a convention, it is not compulsory that you should follow. Next is verb. Next thing is a verb. You start with a verb. Starting word must be a verb. Take values. First one is a verb, second one is a noun. Okay. This is the convention. And another next one, some convention are given, some example are given in page 127. Okay. Like sqrt of math class, static function, so math class is used. Cost function. Okay. Here name, what is your argument, you can easily understand. Then, so very basic thing is your method, and in a class you are having number of methods along with the attributes. Then comes method signature. Last year you knew this. Method signature is the portion inside the bracket. Here, what is this parameter list together is called the method signature. Like you are writing int A, int B. So this is the signature. Maybe you can say signature is, when it will come in definition, you can say parameter list along with the return type is called the signature. Okay. But what will be along with the return type is called the signature. You have to write, but return type has no value in method in distinguishing, differentiating between methods. Okay. But this parameter list has very important role in the method. Okay. Method to method definition. If you are writing the same method definition, same method parameter everywhere, then you will not be able to, it will not allow you to write method. Okay. So you have to change the parameter list in somewhere. Okay. Signature you have to change somehow. Signature you have to change in a order, type and a number. Here I have written how many parameters? 2. You can make it 3. Suppose you want to do same. Suppose you are having the same take value. You want to write it 2. Take values, another function. But you are writing int A. Okay. But if you are writing int A, int B, it will not allow you because already one is there. Because already one is there, you have to change something. Okay. If names are different, no problem for you. If names are same, you can't have same signature. Okay. You have to change the signature. Changing the signature means changing either order, either type or number of parameters. Right. So here in page 130 you can see, page 130 you can see in example of a instance method. String s1 equal to hello, s1 dot substring. S1 dot substring. Substring is used with the s1 is the object. So substring must be a instance method of string class. But previously I told math dot cos, math dot sin, the sin function, square function, sqrt function, they are all static method. They are not instance method. But here substring is the instance method. Okay. So we have already discussed before also the actual parameter and formal parameter. Here take values int A, take values int AB, int A, int B, they are all take values int, int a and int b. So these methods are written, these things are written in the method definition. We are today seeing method definition. Okay. In the method definition, you are having these and these. They are all parameters, and that is called, they are called in the parameter list, these parameters are called formal parameters. Okay, they are called formal parameters. We use them from some other place, from the main function. Okay, in the main function we use them. Okay, so in the main function, when you use, suppose object dot take, we are giving the, suppose two parameters we are using. We are giving the value for roll number 5 and for mark suppose 70. So they are called the actual parameters. Maybe we can give some R and a mark. So they are called actual parameters. Whether we are supplying the parameter values in the form of literals or in the form of variables. So they are called actual parameters. So here they are actual because they are kept in the main function. So this main function may be a part of the same class or different class. This main function is may be a part of the same class or different class, but that is the place for calling, that is the calling function. The parameter, the value we are using here, they are called actual parameters. So when we are telling about the actual parameter and formal parameter, listen. So these parameters can be, I told, they can be 5 or 570, they are literals, or they can be R and M variables. So these R and M are, suppose they are int are, they are int. Suppose you have the int R and M before. So, and you are supplying them, then that is called primitive variable, and you are supplying here, so that is called, this is called passing of a variables, passing of a variable. So passing of variable can be passed by value or passed by reference. If you are supplying this int, float, double, these primitive types, then it is called passed by value. Okay. If you are supplying some object, then that is called passed by reference. So here what is them? What is they? What are they? Passed by reference or passed by value? This is passed by value. So when it is coming here, public void take function, when it is coming to this a b, in terms of a b, okay, if you do some changes there, that will not affect the R and M sent, right? So for that, this program you can see in page number 134 and 35. original is 10. Origin 10 and 10 is supplied. 10 is shown first. It will show you 10. 10 is supplied to change function. 10 is supplied to change function. In the change function it is changed to 20. Then it is returned. Maybe it is because it is returned, it is shown 20. But actually it is not changed. So when you show the origin itself, then you are getting again 10. Okay. See this page number 134 and 135. So origin is remaining as 10. Okay. So to show the other way the change can occur, we will see this program in page 136. Okay. 136, that is called by reference. See, we are creating an object of a demo function calls. Demo function calls object 1 equal to new demo function calls function. Object 1, we are sending the object 1 directly. See page 136. Okay, we are sending the object 1 directly. And when we are sending the object 1 directly, we are receiving in demo function calls obj. Here the reference name is obj. And we do some changes. We have a temporary variable. We are changing the value of x and y. Previously in this program, we have x and y static variable 10 and 20. So they are changed in this function using the obj. And when we come back, we don't find the xy, we find them changed. They are also changed to 2010. They were 1020, now they are changed to 2010. This is what happening in call by reference. There is a change occurring here. Next program is page 138. Okay. 138, you can see there is a try class. You are having a constructor, try function, two constructors. One is 3 parameters, feet, inches and converted to, 3 attributes, feet, inches and converted to 2 constructors. You know constructor is a function. It has the same name as the class because the class name is try. So constructor name will be also try. Constructor has no return type. This is absent here. Return type is absent in the constructor. So 2 constructors are present. Try, 2 try functions are present. One non-parameterized, one parameterized. You can see in page 138. Then you have two functions. One for converted to feet, another for converted to inches. Okay. Another utility function you have distance. Then you have the main function. So in the main function you are calling different, first you are creating the object, then you are calling the first function, converted to feet function, converted to inches function, first you are calling, then second you are calling converted to feet function. So you will find suppose you are giving 5,2, you will get 62 inches if you call the converted to inches function, right? If you supply 0,16, then you will do it converted to feet, then you will get, how much you will get? Are 16 inches, 0,16, you will get how much? 1.4 inch, 1.4 feet you will get. 139 page you will have another program showing the pass by value and pass by reference. But this program is a pass by value and pass by reference, but pass by reference are two pass by reference are there. Two pass by reference functions are there. One for string, another for sending a string buffer object. When you are sending string object, it is also pass by reference. Okay. Sending a string buffer object also pass by reference. But in case of string buffer object, the original will be changed. Okay. But in case of string object, when you are sending a string object, when your actual variable is a string object and your formal variable is a string object, you may change something, but it will not affect the original. Okay. That is what happening in this page number 130. Okay. Come to page number 135. See, page number 145. Here, the use of return statement is mentioned. Yes, if it is a void function, I have written here public void take value function. If it is a void function, return value is not used, but return statement may be used. Return statement may be used in the void function, no problem for that. But if it is a non-void function, public void not written, public int take function written, then return value must be there. Return value, return true, return false, okay, return x, return y, like that. Here, so here you see in page 145 there is a function positive. Its formal parameter is x. X is seen whether it is greater than 0 or not. Whether it is greater than 0 or not. If it is greater than 0, return true. Otherwise return. So public boolean. So its return value is boolean. So three type of functions, which we have already seen, three type of functions. Some functions are doing some computation, they are doing some result and returning the values. Okay. Some function doing the sum and returning some value, they are computational function. Some functions only return true or false, 0 or 1. they return only flags. They are called manipulative functions. Some functions like println function, like text function, display function, they don't return, they are void function. So these void functions are called procedural methods. Right? So procedural methods. Okay. So three types of methods. Right? One is computational, another is manipulative, another is procedural methods. Okay. So next class we will read pure and impure methods.